Welcome to another episode of West Coast Supercars and Classics. I'm Mark. A couple of days ago, there was an interesting announcement from Elon Musk, a tweet, as a matter of fact, from Elon Musk, just before the rescheduled launch of the Model S Plaid. Suddenly, he tweeted out, "Plaid Plus is cancelled," he says. "No need, as Plaid is just so good." Well, that sent the Teslarati into a kind of a chattering frenzy because it was quite unexpected. As you may recall, the Model S Plaid was the one that was heralded as doing a roughly 1 minute and 30-second lap around Laguna Seca a few months ago. Now, I'll put them up here. Plaid specs are 1,020 horsepower, not 1,100, and the Plaid Plus was supposed to be 1,100 horsepower. So, if people are saying to you, yes, well, the Plaid did Laguna Seca at such and such a time, this is actually not really accurate. Because for one thing, it's not the same horsepower. The Plaid is not as powerful as the one that did that fast lap time, the 1 minute 30. And that means it's a slower lap time, and you cannot really use that car anyway because it was some kind of a prototype. It had a full roll cage and all that sort of stuff. So that was not a production car. I really don't see the value of doing those things except as kind of publicity stunts, because these are not production ready cars that you can just go out and buy or order. And no journalist has had a chance to go out on a track, test a car like that, and ascertain that it actually does what the company says it will do, right? So, being that as it may, I thought it'd be interesting to see what the Teslarati were saying about this new car. So I went to one of the forums. Someone says, "No need." Okay, sounds more like we couldn't figure it out. Well, perhaps they're talking about the new 4680 batteries. I guess that's that could be the issue with this delays and then the loss of the model itself. Let's see. Going to be some unhappy folks, in my humble opinion. The range was the main thing on the streets anyways. Hope they compensate Plaid Plus folks somehow. Well, that ship sailed for me since I canceled my order anyway. Let's see. Yeah, he says can't see the need for sub 2 second 0 to 60 and sub 9 seconds in the quarter mile on the streets. And he's absolutely right. I mean, I kind of signed up for one of these things, put my $2,500 deposit down, but in the end, the car just didn't look interesting enough to be worth a couple of $100,000. It has this new yoke steering wheel interior that's coming out and so on. But I thought, well, it's kind of a one-trick pony that you just, go really, really fast in a straight line when you've got it in Ludicrous mode or Ludicrous Plus or whatever it's going to be. And so it didn't really have a lot of value as a car in other ways for me. Here's another comment. If they didn't want to compete with the Roadster, which also doesn't exist by the way, why even bother to announce the Plaid Plus model? Announcing a new model and then cancelling it 2 months later is highly suspect. Well, it could be. Here's another comment. The Tesla Roadster version 2, version 3, codename, please keep funding us, that's funny, was supposed to have 621 miles of range, so it would be a 1,000-kilometer car. Plaid Plus range was just targeted to go against the Lucid. That's an interesting comment. More than one person has observed that Tesla may have made this announcement to try to steal some thunder away from Lucid. Not that you can order these Lucid cars anyways. I looked at their website and everything's kind of like, well, off in the future sometime we'll let you order this car. And they've already had all the dream cars spoken for. Well, if you go to Lucid's page here, they've got this Lucid Air, and it says it's got a 500-mile plus range starting from 69.9. Yeah, we know that's not going to be the case when you load it up, and the max power at 1,080 horsepower. So, I guess the theory goes that with Lucid advertising almost 1,100 horsepower, that Tesla decided they had to have a competitor for that had more horsepower or something. Maybe there's some truth to that rumor. I don't really know whether that's true or not, but that's some of the speculation. Let's see. Another comment here. Tesla needs to concentrate on building cars with more range, faster charge times, and added luxury, not fast 0 to 60 times. I'd rather have a car go 500 plus miles and charge 200 miles in 15 minutes or less with real leather seats and nicer materials. Good point. Fair enough. Yeah, again, we really don't need sub 2-second cars. We really don't for the street. Like, it's just ludicrous. Ludicrous. Well, maybe I should use a different term. That's a little bit ironic there. Per Elon Musk on Twitter, Plaid Plus is cancelled because Plaid is just so good. In other words, 4680 battery is nowhere in sight. Well, maybe it was battery supply issues. Here's another one. Need money now, not later. This is textbook Tesla. That's funny. Yeah, well, you know, they weren't going to be able to produce these cars until 2023, so I guess they want cash flow. That could be the case too. Here's another one talking about the Lucid. Plaid Plus did its job to complete with Lucid announcements. Elon needed to be able to say, mine is way faster and goes farther than yours. Now media focus on Lucid is over. No problem canceling the product. They still have the 2020 Roadster on the drawing board in case anyone wants to compare vapor cars. That's funny. Here's another one. Yes, with 4680s and structural battery, Model S would need a full redesign and practically be a different car, but vaporware is always bad, whoever does it. This is a really long one. Someone says, I signed up for a Plaid, no Plus back then, on battery day. The company shifted my order to Plus when that car was announced without asking whether I wanted to. That's kind of weird. And then that car got delayed for the better part of a year, but then I was glad to sit with the order because of the range. Now they cancel the car. I'm not going to take the available regular Plaid anytime soon, no matter how much they say they don't want to pooch the quarter, because I'm not going to be an early adopter, a guinea pig for the removal of all the stocks my muscle memory knows how to use, plus the addition of the yoke wheel of questionable safety. I haven't really thought too much about that yoke wheel. I don't know what your opinions are on that. Anyway, combined with the way they run service, and this is in brackets here, where I've almost always left the service center with more things broken than repaired, this is the least customer-focused company I have ever dealt with. This train is off the rails. Fortunately for me, there are now enticing offerings from Porsche, Mercedes, and Audi. Have you looked at the augmented reality heads-up display for the EQS? Too bad Tesla doesn't have the technological skill to offer something like it while they waste their time in an FSD system that will always require hands on the wheel to deal with disengagements and prevent crashes. He goes on. He also says I have the option of choosing the fast high-end Lucid. The key truth is that Tesla is no longer the only game in town in electric cars. That's true. So getting back to the Lucid competition here, that would have been $161,000, that's US dollars, limited production, and apparently they're all spoken for anyway. It's the Dream Edition. So this one is the 1080 horsepower and 503 miles projected range. I don't know what you think of the Lucid cars, the way they look. For me, honestly, they look a little bit boring right now, but I'm used to my Taycan, so I like the styling of the Taycan. It looks like a 911 to me, and the front end is really cool looking, so I don't find the Lucid that interesting, but it's not bad. It's clean, very clean. Doesn't look like anything else I've seen. It looks like an American car, kind of like an American car somehow. I don't know why. Kind of a little bit plain at the front. But anyway, it's great to have more competition. Obviously, that's going to push things forward. Getting back to the cancellation of the Model S Plaid Plus, well, you can look at Tesla's stock, actually. I think it was up somewhere around $900 a share, and it's now down to about $600 as of today. I just checked the stock rating there. So, you know, it's come down quite a bit. Obviously, it rose ridiculously high in the last couple of years, so, you know, no problem for people who had the stock for a while. But if you'd bought it, at the high. Obviously, you wouldn't be very happy with that right now. I don't speculate with stocks like that, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I thought that does offer a little bit of a look into the sentiment toward Tesla right now. And I think they have some explaining to do. And come June 10th, when the Model S Plaid launches, there's going to be that event. Personally, I'm quite interested to see the Model S Plaid taken to an actual track day, a racetrack, because I've never seen any of them at a racetrack thus far. So I'm hoping that they'll have enough range and enough kind of thermal management that somebody can go ahead and take that car out. If it's really truly quick, it deserves to be taken out for that track day, to enjoy. So hopefully we'll see some people taking those things out pretty soon once they get them in their hands. And in the meantime, the Model S Plaid Plus has vaporized. Was it just marketing exercise with Tesla? Did they reach too far? Are they having battery problems? Well, we know they're having chip problems, and they got new technologies coming. They're a fairly small company, relatively small company, and one is going to expect that there's going to be growth problems with any company like that. So that is perfectly normal. Well, there's nothing else we can do at the moment. We just have to find out what these things are going to look like at the end of the day once they're actually delivered into customers' hands. Well, I think we'll leave it there for now for today. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and hit the bell button for new videos when I actually put them out. And again, thank you very much for watching, and do feel free to leave comments in the comment section below with your observations on the cancellation of the Plaid Plus and the new launch of the Plaid itself. Until then, we'll see you later.